Hello, and thank you for watching this video. I want to apologize straight off for this smudge that'll be here in the middle of the screen. I was unaware that it was there when I was filming this resort tour, and so it'll be there during the whole outdoor section of this video. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I apologize for it being there. So good afternoon, fellow ticket holders. Today we are in Anaheim, California, outside of the Howard Johnson's by Wyndham resort. And today I'm going to give you a quick resort tour and room tour in this video. As we make our way actually to the property itself, you can see that the aesthetics of this resort is really cool. Kind of like that 1950s classic hotel style, which is one of the things I really like about this place. So first up, we will start right here in this round building right here. That looks really neat and futuristic is the front desk and check-in area. So you just walk right in when you get here and check in with the wonderful staff that works here at the Howard Johnson's. We had a great check-in process. To the right of the main building, we do have building 1. There are a couple towers and some mini towers here. In building 1, we have what is called the Mid-Mod Market, which actually is a little store where you can buy snacks and souvenirs. And like I said, that it has not only the really large tall towers, you have these small ones. They're only 2 high, and so different room types. And if we go down this way, we can go check out the first pool area. So the first public watering hole is here behind the registration check-in area, and it is called Castaway Cove. Has a pirate theme to it. And this area is where the hot tub is and a water play splash area for kids. And that pirate theme goes over to the little play area because that looks like a little pirate ship. Really cool. This is definitely new from the last time I was here many years ago. This was not here. I think they were doing construction at the time. Speaking of pirates, there is a pirate pumpkin in a I Love Hojo chair here in the office window. How cute is that? So if we turn right past the Pirates Cove, down this pretty courtyard here, we can head back towards the other pool, which is called the garden pool. But as we walk through this courtyard here, we can see how pretty they have all their landscaping and their flowers and everything. And again, that like classic 50s feel to the hotel area. I really like it. We'll go over here and check out this planter. It has the most flowers. So it looks like in this planter here we have some small shrubs. I'm not sure what the flowers are. And we have some birds of paradise. Really pretty going on here with their landscaping. They're done really well with it. But if we come right back here to the center where there used to be a fountain, or there's a planter we're looking at, and just continue straight from where we were a little bit ago, we will head back here to what is building number 2, which is the other larger tower. This is actually where my family stayed when we stayed here for the first time many years ago. But the pool is here as well, right to the left. And the second pool, back here in the back end of the property by building 2. And it's just a regular swimming pool. There is no hot tub or anything, but a nice quiet, well, could be quiet, but a nice area with lots of chairs and loungers. There's a nice big pool to play in. This was here before, and it was a really nice time at this pool. But let's go into building 2 real quick, because this is where the laundry room is. So as we enter into the lobby of the place, as you can see, it continues that 1950s style decor. Look at those posters, those are really cool. But to get to the laundry, you'll come in and go to the left. And then as you come down the hallway, you'll see on your right, there is a door that is labeled guest laundry. So inside here, they have a double-decker dryer. We also have 3 washing machines and 3 dryers. So 5 dryers and 3 washing machines. And of course, a folding table over here. But yeah, nice laundry facility. Looks like the price is $1.50 for the dryers. And looks like it's $1.50 for the washing machine, and it is all credit card only. Other than the laundry, that is the only thing that's in building 2 that would be used by everybody staying here. So we'll come right back outside of building 2. Another quick look of the pool area here. Really nice space to be, with chairs and loungers and umbrellas and a nice big pool. So what we'll do here is we'll continue back down the middle courtyard here, and then we'll make a left to circle back around towards building 1, which is where our room is. All right, so point of reference, this is that fountain that used to be. We're just gonna make a left-hand turn here and head back towards building 1. And over here looks like there's a couple photo ops we can check out real quick. And as we do so, we do see here another wonderful, beautiful landscaped planter by these gentlemen over here that we just saw Yeah, definitely they take pride in their landscaping. Yeah, here we go. A couple of photo spots. So we have a really large Adirondack trail that says I Heart Hojo, which I'm assuming is here all the time. And then because it is spring and Easter time, they have a Easter basket photo op. How cute is that? And right across from it, this looks to be what would be the smoking area if you need to come out and smoke, because the whole hotel is smoke free. But as I said, we will go into building 1 here. This is where our room is, and we will do a room tour. But before we do that, we will just peek into the shop real quick. Oh, I just realized this says it has a game room in our building. Wonder if we can check that out too. And oh no, okay, so the game room's here on the left hand side of the doors, and it looks like it is closed. So I don't know if it's just something they're working on or what. And again, as we enter into building 1, that aesthetic of the theming continues, and we got some like tiki room version of Shag. Really cool, and I like these chairs. And again, this is where the mid-mod market is. As we peer in real quick, you see there's some snacks and some souvenirs and things that you can purchase. But yeah, let's go upstairs and do the room tour. All right, so here is the room tour here at the Howard Johnson's in Anaheim. So this room category is actually one you would pick. So this is the 2 queen bed room, building 1 city view. Because then the opposite side of the building faces into the courtyard slash theme park view, because we are right across from Disneyland. So let's check out this room here at the Howard Johnson. So we're gonna start right here in the entryway, and you can see it's a nice big open area here. And what we'll do first, we'll go here to the left into the bathroom. So we'll start right here on the back side of the door. We have 2 towel hooks to be able to hang your towels to dry. And as we walk in here on the left, we have a his and hers double vanity, and we have a cup over here in the corner. We also have some soap and some lotion. And right above that is the rimmed light mirror, and hi. Down below here we have a couple of hand towels on the one side and a couple of hand towels on the other side. And in the little cubby hole we have some tissues and a tissue box and the hair dryer. Now, oh, these are cupboards, so obviously let's just get access to the plumbing. And on this side, I guess access to the plumbing as well, but you could use that as storage if you need some. Right next to the vanity here, we do have some towels and hand towels and washcloths, as well as the John. On the back side wall here, we do have some bathroom art, and look, it's like multicolored rubber duckies. Ernie would like that, from Bert and Ernie of the Sesame Streets. And finally, over here on the opposite side, we do have just a regular tub shower, and it looks like we have Paya brand toiletries here hanging on the wall. So if we exit the bathroom here, we'll just continue on around the side. This is where we have kind of a little setup for the microwave and the Keurig machine and the refrigerator. Check this out. So it's just a pretty tall one like we've had in other rooms. Over here is where you can put your canned beverages. Does not have a freezer. And then the coolest part up here is these retro Howard Johnson's coffee cups. How cool is that? And again, as a Keurig machine, it looks like we get Wolfgang Puck's K-Cup coffee. Now, before we leave this area, we do have some more art here on the wall. And this is actually a style called Shag. It's very popular in the Disney community and the Disney art. He does a lot of different types of like art deco type of art, and I really like it. And that's the whole aesthetic of this resort here, as you see as we went along. And as we circle off from the coffee and microwave area, we have here the, like I said, 2 queen bedroom. On each side of the bed, which is not the middle section, we do have this nightstand hanging on the wall with a light and an outlet and a little cubby hole. And when it comes to the bed themselves, you can see it's just a plain white, but we do have a little pop of color with this little decorative pillow. It's kind of like a vinyl material, so you definitely don't want to lay on that, but definitely gives that little bit of blue and white stripes, and then of course the red headboard. Now the coolest thing is this wallpaper. We can see that the wallpaper on the back wall of the beds is kind of like palm tree branches. And now if we do our normal check for under the bed storage, we can see here there is none here. Everything is solid underneath. And that goes for the end of the bed as well as in the middle. So nothing is going to get lost underneath these beds. So if we continue up between the beds here, we do have a single nightstand for both beds. And we have this really cool looking lamp here that's yellow in color. And I can see here, this guy over here is flashing. Kind of look like a digital alarm clock. Now I don't know if it has smart capabilities, like if it's an Alexa device or something, but that's really neat. Gives you the weather and everything and the time. I guess that's all it's doing. Not really doing anything else, but that's really neat. I'm assuming it's also an alarm somehow. So I guess if we want to know if it's a smart device, we can just ask it. So, hey Alexa, what is the weather?
The current weather is 70 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. You can expect more of the same today, with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 48 degrees.
So as you can see...
By the way, how am I doing on a scale of 1 to 5 stars?
You're 5. You're a number 5, Alexa. You're great. As you can see though, they do have smart devices here at the Howard Johnsons. And again, rounding out the beds, you can see here the second one is just like the other one over there with the white sheets and that blue and white striped pillow. Now before we leave the bed area here, we can see this is where the thermostat is on the wall to change the temperature. And it looks like we have another artist that has a Mickey Mouse photo. It says Eric Robinson down here. So I've not seen his art before, but this is a really cool Mickey photo. So if we continue on here off of this second queen size bed, we do have a closet. Open it up here real quick, see what's inside. So this is where the iron and ironing board is. This is where the safe is on this little cubicle setup here. And a little closet here to hold some items. But definitely lots of room underneath. I guess there's another bar here to hang things. A lot of room down below here for luggage. So if we continue on around from the closet here, you can see that there's this window here that has access lookout to what was the balcony. And that has a curtain that goes across. Now, that's interesting, right? So you have this solid, actually pre-installed or actual installed window here over top the old entryway, and that's kind of interesting. It's like, well, I guess you're not supposed to allow it out there, but well, you can see here, there's a doorknob. Now, I don't know if we're allowed out there, but look, we got like a little secret way here. Assuming this is actually for security reasons, if you need to get out in the case of a fire. The door is here in the closet, so we can just go outside. We have access to this. And we can open this door. And we have access to our city view and the interstate. So, and actually we can see the mountains out there in the back too. So it's a pretty view, just really loud with the traffic out there. We'll go ahead and just close this up, lock that back, which, there it goes. Just say it is not locked, is that why they did this? And we'll go back through into Narnia, or back out of Narnia into the room. So we'll go ahead and continue on around. So I went ahead and pulled this curtain closed to get a little bit of view of the pattern on that, which is really pretty and nice. But we're gonna just continue around. So we have come to the back side of the room. We're gonna continue around here. So across from the beds, we do have this little bench and like dining area, I guess, or work area. And this is where they have the papers that I placed that they gave us. So we have some paperwork here about the hotel, that the pool and the Cove area, which is actually like a kids play area, is open from 10 to 10. Check-in is at 4, check-out's at 11. There is a marketplace here that sells the stuff, and of course they're going to promote Mimi's Cafe, which is next door. This is also the pamphlet that they gave us of the map of the location and everything dealing with our room and the room keys. And these here are for the pool. That way they know that you are staying here to use the pool facilities. And while we're in this little area, if we look right above the bench, we see more of the Eric Robinson art, another Mickey piece. Finally, as we circle around here, this is where the TV is. This is also where the actual desk is for the room. And we have a little sitting area, storage area with a couple of drawers, which doesn't have anything in them right now. And of course this big entryway here where we have our bags. But if we look right here at the desk, we do have 3 outlets and a couple USB ports. And we have this cool like bubble design with the mirrors. And that will conclude our room tour here at the Howard Johnson's Anaheim. Again, this room type is a 2 queen bed room in building 1, city view. That's what you would select if you were interested in this room type. And if you happen to have any questions about the Hojo Anaheim, you can leave them down in the comments below. We'll do our best to answer them if we have an answer. And we hope that you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye! And hello! Welcome from the future. As you can see, we are back at home. We hope you enjoyed the whole room tour and the resort tour at the Howard Johnson in Anaheim. So with this video, we decided we would try to do something new and actually do an honest review of the place after we had stayed there. So some disclaimers: we have no affiliations with the Howard Johnsons. They did not pay us for our time there. Everything came out of our pocket. And a pretty penny that it was, because it was spring break. So this is truly as honest as it's gonna get. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I guess we'll start with the pros, and I guess pros and cons will kind of overlap. So one pro is it is on Harbor Boulevard, which is right next door to Disneyland. So the location is super close, but not as close as other locations are.
That would be the overlapping of the pros and cons.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's also far after a long day at a park.
I believe I put into Google Map once before, and it's about a half a mile from there to the security or the Esplanade area. So obviously in the morning you can make that half a mile walk with no problems, but after about 10 miles on your feet all day long, a half a mile does take a bit to get to. So. Yeah,
so depending on how fast you walk in the morning, it takes about 5 to 7 minutes to get to the Esplanade. On the way back, it might take longer because you're tired.
But luckily there's no need for any type of transportation technically. And yeah, so the location is pretty good. Another positive is the room categories that we had. We were in building 1, which is basically their main building, and that's right there on the edge of the property. So
making it super easy to just walk out, go down the elevator, walk out the little lobby they have, and right out the door.
Yeah, so that was very convenient, which could also then roll into a con. As I stated in the resort tour, when my family and I stayed there before, we were back in building 2. So if you end up back in that location, you'll have probably another 1/10 of a mile you have to walk all the way through the property to get to your room. So
that's a good tip. Always maybe request for building 1.
Right, and I believe that most of those are in the category when you're choosing your room type. So just be very careful when you're choosing through the website for rooms. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it depends on how far you want to be back in the property. Another positive is that the beds to us were super comfortable.
Yeah, they were nice.
Very similar. I would have to compare it to the IGH properties, so Holiday Inn Express and the Avid hotels. It was very similar to their type of mattresses and linens and things like that. So to us, that's our preference of hotel chains, so it worked out perfectly for us. On a flip side of that, we are talking about, when you're talking about the name Howard Johnson, you have to be very careful that this seems to be a premium copy of that brand, because if you look online at other Howard Johnson properties through the Wyndham group, it is hit or, as far as I know, the rest of them are a miss, because they don't usually have good reviews. They're usually like outdoor corridors. They kind of have a low-end type of feel to them. So be warned that this is something that seems like Wyndham is taking pride in, because it's right there next to Disneyland. So just take that with a grain of salt when looking at a Howard Johnson brand. But this one specifically worked out well. Unfortunately, we did not get to use the water park or the pool area. We wanted to, but it was too cold. But the one time that I had to go back to building 2 to use the laundry facilities, I did walk by the one and only pool, the garden pool, and it was super packed because it was a nice warmer day and people wanted to use it. So it is nice that they do have a pool and they have a play area for the kids with the Pirates Cove area. But if it's something that you're really interested in trying to use, especially in the summer months, I would say go early in the morning to go stake out your spot, which I guess that's a tip for any hotel and their pool. But it's not like there's multiple locations to go to. But we would have liked to use the hot tub, which I guess is a con for us. The fact that it is actually right next to the kids' play area. Yeah. I'm not too sure how much it was used, but by adults, I should say. Because whenever you go somewhere to a hotel and there is a hot tub, kids kind of like to go over there. So they're like playing in the pool and then they'll jump in. And the one day that we were just looking over so Vanessa could see it, the kids were coming down the slide and then because it was cold would jump in the hot tub to warm up and go back. So it's not a relaxing hot tub experience. So it would be nice if they would have put one also back into the Grove pool area. That way where it's more quiet, maybe adults would have been able to use it. Another pro, I did like the fact that there was a small store in our building. We used it a couple times to buy water when we first got there. A little more pricey, which you expect, but it wasn't too bad. I like the fact it had the 1.5 liter bottles, so we weren't just buying the small ones. We bought a few of those to get us started before we could walk down the street later in our trip to go to the CVS and Walgreens to go pick up some items. So that's nice that they have that little store there. Another kind of con that we kind of ran into was with the picking up and dropping off with rideshare services. So when we showed up with Lyft, and we also left with Lyft. And then when we went to Knott's Berry Farms, we had a Lyft pick us up. And depending on the driver, if they've ever been there before, they may come into the hotel and park where they're designated parking spots, and sometimes they will just kind of be on the street. So the reason why it's kind of a negative for the hotel is the fact that there is only one entrance, and sometimes that same entrance is the exit, because the farther end area is not always open. I did notice one time they had the cones out of the way so that people could just make an actual circle in and out. But I'm pretty sure they must ran into people coming and trying to use their parking lot, which a lot of the places around the area have kind of limited their parking. But it made it difficult knowing where your Uber or Lyft driver is going to pick you up. So you kind of have to try to hang out by the roadside in the event that the driver doesn't know what to do. So just be wary of that instead of kind of like staying up on the patio area up by the check-in desk and then your driver coming and having a little bit of confusion. So kind of a negative that they keep the parking lot kind of blocked off a good amount of the time, and they have to buzz the person in and out. Yep. And then I guess the biggest pro is the staff. We had lots of contact with them at check-in. I had contact with the maintenance crew and the housekeeping crew, and everybody was so nice and very accommodating. Very. The gentleman, Zach, that checked us in, I think it was his name, right?
I think it was Zach, I don't remember.
Something like that. He was super nice, got us all checked in. He was able to get us into our room before the 4 o'clock check-in time, which was great after a long day on the airplane. Outlined everything for us. And yeah, the housekeeping in the hallways, they were always nice whenever we saw them and saying hi. And then as I was walking around doing the resort tour, the maintenance crew and the landscaping crew, they were just saying hi to me in the morning. So very nice and really a good job to the team that's working at the hotel. Another positive thing is during check-in, as I mentioned, they let us in early, but if you don't get to go in early, they do have a luggage room. We called ahead of time just to find out because we knew we were coming in before 4 o'clock. And they said, yeah, we have a luggage room. So they will hold your luggage. That way you can go out and about and not have to worry about your stuff.
Yeah, another pro that Chad didn't mention was the actual room. It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge, and since they recently had a refurbishment, it's all decked out with some cute artwork from a few Mickey portraits, and there's one Shag portrait overhanging the coffee bar area, and it's really cute. Shag is really prominent over there in the Californian community as artwork, as a vintage artist. He does a lot of stuff for Disney, but he also does a lot of California stuff.
Yeah, so love the decor. As I just kept saying through the whole thing, love the feel and decor of that type of resort.
Going into the room, it was also super peaceful at night. We've never had any issues. During the day, there was some kids running around, but they were just awake in their rooms.
Yeah, so that is, I guess, a little bit of a negative. The walls and the ceilings are a little thin, just a little. About 7:30, 8 o'clock, everybody was up and going, but that's the way it is at Walt Disney World, at the Disney resorts, and not. you start hearing people getting ready to go to the park for the day. So it's not a big deal, but if you are a light sleeper, you will hear people. And continuing on with the sound, so I didn't mention it in the room tour. So there was that temporary, or that new wall that was put in to separate us from the balcony. And I think why that was put in is our friend that visited us, he was staying up the street at the 4 Points, and he said that he could constantly hear the traffic of the highway and Harper Boulevard, because he just had straight out from his room. And I think people had a negative to these rooms that are right on the highway, hearing it all the time. And so I think that gap between the wall and the original sliding door that they put in there, this air gap, was kind of a sound barrier.
It's super, super soundproof.
Yep, so you never heard anything outside, which was a really good and smart choice on their part, if that's why they did that. So
speaking of outside, the view was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was overlooking the highway, so lots of cars, but you also had the beautiful palm trees, and in the distance, as you saw, the beautiful mountains, silhouettes of the California mountains.
Yeah. So I think overall, we would give the Howard Johnson at Anaheim a thumbs up. We like it. We have stayed at another couple places down the street. And other than location, I think that this one is definitely a resort location with the pools and everything that it is. So
yeah, it also, one more thing, it also has some great history to it with some Disneyland, and you'll see some there's one picture in the lobby in building one that you see. It's an outline of Disneyland, the hotel of the Howard Johnson before Disneyland was even built. So it was great to see that too.
Yeah, so that property, as you can tell, it's been there a while, so it definitely has its place in the community. So again, we hope that this has helped. If you have any questions or whatever, place them down in the comments below. We'll do our best to try to answer them. Otherwise, you might have to just reach out to Howard Johnson themselves with any questions. But again, we hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and adventure on. Bye!
Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to our channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.